Tourism Minister Patricia de Lille is in the Eastern Cape today in a bid to rebuild the tourism sector and attract more visitors to that province. Tourism is the lifeblood of the province's economy, but in recent years, the Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency have come under fire for failing to manage tourism destinations there. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda is following that story for us, and he joins us now live. Braranza, I believe that you are with the minister. What exactly is she saying she's going to implement to make sure that the Eastern Cape goes back to glory days in terms of tourism?
Good afternoon, Masego. Well, the tourism sector is urging South Africans and holidaymakers across the world to visit South Africa as it continues to be a thriving tourism destination. There have been several challenges, of course, over the years, but the tourism minister, Patricia de Lille, will tell you that there have also been some success stories. She joins me now to unpack some of the discussions that took place here earlier. Thank you so much, Minister, for your time. I want to start off with one of your concerns, and you highlighted as a bit of sensationalism, and that is the issue of crime. Some publications warning tourists to be vigilant when they come to South Africa. Why have you highlighted as sensationalism?
Well, I basically highlighted it to say that 99% of visitors to South Africa return out.
Sorry about that. Okay, we'll give you a bit more time, Minister.
Getting a call.
Yes.
My apology.
No problem.
I highlighted it because 99% of visitors to our country return home safely. But we're not denying that we do have safety problems. And that is why we are now broadcasting what we have done and the plan that we've put in place. And that one is the partnership between the public sector and the private sector. As government, we've invested 174 million. As we speak, we are training 2,300 tourism safety monitors. The private sector has developed an app called the Secure app that tourists and visitors can download. We've identified the hotspots in our country, and we're going to deploy the tourism monitors there first. I am saying that we need to find a balance. You know, sometimes we're bad-mouthing our own country as if it's the whole country. Like in any other tourist destination around the world, there are some hotspots, and therefore the private sector will put out those warning signs or messages in the establishment, because by the sensationalist projecting as if the whole of South Africa is not safe, when in fact, like any other country in the world, there are hotspots. That is where we need to find the balance. I'm not saying that don't report on it. I'm just saying confine it to the area where it's happening, and then you ask also government what was our response.
Another important point you highlighted, Minister, is that the tourism sector doesn't necessarily always need highly skilled people, and this is an opportunity for people who are unemployed to be recruited. Yes. I want to touch on the issue of the migration of illegal immigrants in South Africa, and how is that affecting the tourism sector, if at all it is affecting it?
Well, I don't have any statistics or facts. We will have to check with Stats SA. But in terms of our own unemployment, about 80% of the unemployed people in our country are semi-skilled and unskilled. And there are many opportunities within tourism where we can train the semi-skilled and unskilled and absorb them into tourism. And that's why there's a great potential to deal with the unemployment problem by investing into tourism more.
Minister, you're urging South Africans and people around the world to come to South Africa, but for South Africans in particular, the high cost of living. Why should I go on holiday during the summer?
Well, first of all, we do recognize the affordability. The interest rate hike, the high prices of electricity. A lot of South Africans, majority, are going under tremendous strain. And therefore, together with the private sector, we have worked on initiatives to make it affordable. And you don't need to travel that far away from your home, because we have got a number of hidden gems, places in our small dorpies, villages, townships, where you can also go and have a holiday. And that is why between the 4th and the 10th of September, 980 tourist establishments across the country offer discounted up to 50% for people to make their bookings now before the end of the year. So the launch of the summer campaign is to say to South Africans, there are affordable options out there, and these are the affordable options. We do encourage to explore your country. It's your country, it's our country. Go and see the beauty of our country. Even though all of us are dealing with the current challenges that we face, we do need a break sometimes also.
Minister, we continue to be plagued by load shedding, and a lot of businesses don't have the means to, support themselves in, getting those solar panels and so forth. How are you supporting them?
First of all, the place where we are today, they're off the grid. So many of the tourist establishments have now gone off the grid. They put PV solar panels, they put in water saving mechanism. And so as government, we're supporting that program of green infrastructure tourism. So we provide funding to private sector establishments, especially the small, medium enterprises, the guest houses, hotels and restaurants, where we do an audit of your establishment. We then establish your needs. We then give you a grant of up to 1 million rand to retrofit your establishment with PV and water savings. And that is our contribution towards assisting local establishments to cut down their overhead costs by saving on electricity, by saving on water. And that program has been growing very fast in all 9 provinces.
Very lastly, Minister, and let's try and end it off on a positive note, you also highlighted a point that was made by a British newspaper rating South Africa as the top tourist destination. Why was that important for you?
It was very important that, sometimes we're very subjective about our own country. And there was a survey done by the UK Telegraph newspaper that South Africa is the best country to visit. And I picked up the phone to the editor of the establishment of the newspaper, first of all, personally to say thank you for the survey, but also to find out from him, are there any other issues of concern that tourists have raised? So yes, we are the best in the world to visit according to that UK publication. But now what we have to do is to live up to that by leading, by us first visiting our own country while we also at the same time welcoming international visitors.
Minister, thank you very much indeed for your time. Really appreciate it. Well, that was the Tourism Minister, Patricia de Lille, at the Gimme Summer campaign here in the Pambala Private Nature Reserve near Hanki. It's back in studio.
All right, Ronald Masinda live for us there. Thank you. Let's leave it there for now.